Okay. Put your little blobs of paint out on something. This is a piece of a takeout food container. And then get you a brush or two. I've been using these water brushes, mainly this bigger one, but also this little one, and then this one when these two run out of water and I'm too lazy to refill. So that's what that's all about. And a piece of paper. Let's go ahead and use our dictionary page. Now you can see on this one, the really light backgrounds that almost look watercolored. They're not watercolored, they're just diluted acrylics. And what I usually do is, I usually start out with a light color and then just make random swirls. You want kind of large ones if you're going to layer, you know, like a top layer and a bottom layer. You want your big ones in the background. Make sure you have some going off the edge of the page so it doesn't look too contrived. And you keep adding. And okay, sometimes I wipe my brush on the paper towel, sometimes on this paper, or I have a book. I made one of these for everybody at our last Journaling by Fives get together at my house, and they're just old book pages that I hot glued into a folded up magazine page. It's actually one of those Restoration Hardware catalog pages. There we go. And then just added, most of these were Donna Joyce book pages that she passed along, and I just turned them into these little books that can be used to wipe off your paintbrush, or clean up extra paint, or stamp off your circle thing. Or I was using a paint roller deal and I cleaned it off in here. It's just a paintbrush clean off, wipe off book. And when it's done, it's going to end up with being all kinds of fabulous just for cleaning brushes off. So sometimes I use this. Oh, that's pretty. I just basically wipe my brush on whatever is handy. Let's just turn this over to a new page. Let's see if I can remember to use it. Okay. Background circles. That's where we are. Here we go. I kind of want like one of every color on each circle, but not all in the same order. Like I don't want to go, okay, now let's do orange on all of them, and now let's do green on all of them. Because if you do that, they're all going to look exactly the same. And I want them all to be a little bit different, but still have all the same colors. And you can do that if you just don't do all the colors in order. So I'll do a little orange on this one, and this one, and this one, but not those. I'll come back and get those in a little bit. Sometimes I will, wipe my brush or squeeze it and rinse it really good between colors, but most of the time I just stick with a color family, like the reds and the oranges and the pinks, and I won't even wipe off my brush between. I might just wipe off the excess over here, but it's okay for those to blend, so I'll let them blend. So, okay, too much talking. Here we go. And I'm just kind of smearing them to cover my white space, because I have issues with that, I think we've established that, huh? Okay, There. Now those are some pretty faux watercolored background swirlies, right? Okay, I'm going to let those dry for just a minute. And what else can I show you while those are drying? Should we go back to the first one? Let's go back and see if our others... No, not even close. It's like midnight and it's been raining. So I can't take these out and put them on my little drying rack. If I could, they'd be dry in about 3 minutes. See, these are all done basically the same way. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that I need to show or explain, and there's not. Because, yeah, they're all about the same. Just variations in color. And some of them are swirls, and some of them are more, you know, circles or blobs. Maybe I should show you the print. Okay, let's do that. While those are drying, let me get a small one. That'll work. Now, if you want to do the, you know, turn it print thing, what I've been doing, wet the paper first. You can do this with acrylics or with the oil pastels, either one. Let's use the pastels. And okay, now turn this over, squish them together. You're going to lose a lot of definition. It's going to be really kind of extra muted, but fabulous. There we go. That didn't really hardly transfer at all, did it? I may have had it too wet. Oh, but it made a pretty background. Okay, here's what flips do. Let's add some acrylics on top. Let's see. Water and smush. Let's see what happens. And we just want to be really careful doing this because you can rip your paper to shreds, especially if it's old paper like this. There we go. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. Very, very faint little swirlies over here. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside to dry. Let's go back to this one. It's not completely dry, but it's good enough. Okay, this was the pastels, right? Alright, now, let's go in. What should we do? Want to add some more? I want to add some more. I think what I want to do is put some acrylic swirlies on top. It's still awfully wet. Okay, let me let it dry for a minute. And let's revisit this one. This is the faux watercolor acrylic background, right? Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit more faux watercolor here and there. Now I'm going to make some more circles. I'm going to start out with a dark color this time so that I can see them, because I get confused about which ones are on the bottom and which ones are on top if I don't. So I'm just going to kind of fill in some of the blank areas. Be a little bit more mindful about where I put them, because these are going to be the finished layer on top. Now I just do the same thing that I've been doing, and this finer brush I can make little smaller swirlies if I want. Okay, there's our acrylic swirlies. I'm tempted to print them because they're really watery. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, let that dry. And let's see where we are with this one. This one, I did the, this was all the pastels, right? Let's see, I can't even remember what I've done. Well, whatever. Alright, let's do some background. Okay. Do you see how little paint this uses? I mean, we've done 3 pages and some of them printed, and my little blobs, I've still got plenty of almost each of them. It doesn't take much. Alrighty, let's do a top layer of acrylic. Okay, loving that one too. To dry. Now back to this one, which is still pretty soggy. You know what? I think I'm gonna let these dry overnight because it's late. Yeah, I'm gonna let these dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'll finish them. Still have quite a bit of paint left in my little thingy, so I think I'm just going to paint a few pages in my book. that piece of paper. Get that extra muddy color. If you get nothing else out of this, I just hope that it will help some of y'all to not be afraid of mud. Because I've heard from a lot of people who don't even use paints, acrylics especially, because they say that all they get when they try to use them is mud. And I say, so? You know, it's not the end of the world. You can actually work with it. It might look like a muddy mess at first, but you just keep layering, and it's all good. Gonna lay this open to dry, and I will come back tomorrow after I've had a little sleep and can think straight, and we'll see where we are.